There we go. It's just double checking everything is working on my end. I'll be right with you. There we go. Looks all good. So hello everyone. Welcome to the next instalment of our Zsinj campaign. We are of course streaming this, so I thought it'd be a nice little change as we start our Pathfinders. I'm just going to turn the volume down on there so you don't hear me echoing back. I do apologise for that. So that's things working. Where is our second fleets there towards Vigaran over here, are they? Is I reading that wrong? Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. So, got a good couple of starting fleets previously. We did take Sutric 4 to take away very close by Imperial Remnant capital tier shipyard. And we're going to look today, I think, at perhaps taking Mandalore is what we were thinking about previously. Shouldn't be the worst battle there. They've got 3 Keldarbis and a couple of Editors. Those would be the hardest things, as well as any extra ships which come out of their natural garrison. Hello, Evil Sorbus. Good to see you. Glad you can make it. Hope we're in for a good video today. But yeah, it's not going to be as easy as it looks, I think, for the space battle there. We don't get the greatest of stealth heroes to begin with. Where we haven't actually recruited the Zsinj Consortium yet, so we could try for that very soon, but they're a little bit expensive at the moment. Might want to get our fighter commanders up as well, actually. Looking at really as well raiding some areas over here, because I don't like the idea that the Pentastar alignment's going to be on our backs. Of course, I want to try taking areas over here as well. Let's tell you what, let's press play and start the game through. We can get our income going. Again, just catching up there. Ooh, completely missed that. Completely missed that. It's just a Royal House Guard platoon there. The problem with that is we do have a very minor... That's interesting. Okay, we're going to have to play it anyway, whether it wants to retreat or not. So it's a single land transport ship. Surely they'll retreat out of this, because we will get a fighter and a corvette unit. Of course, I'll pull back with our own. Try to fast forward here. So yeah, I remember now we left the previous video, didn't we? Yeah, they're going to run away with that. Well, a bit of a waste of time there. But okay. That is going to have to be then a very quick pause to get the buildings through. I think we get our... Do we get a pirate base through this one? Because that is only level 1 space station. Let's do that. And we'll pull away back to... okay. I think we're actually trapped here for now. Let's come over to Mirka. We're going to have to capture that, I think, because we're a bit trapped over. We do have order, actually. I forgot about that. That's fine. I'll just raid Mirka because they clearly have some sort of police over here. I just want to keep pushing these people back. We've located the enemy. It's nice to get some early fights in as well. So, it's only the one battle dragon. Okay, just the one battle dragon. We'll go right in their face and rip them apart very quickly indeed. And, you know, I don't know how worthwhile that was. But, you know, that's another battle dragon they've got to pay for. So we'll take that. There we go. So let's pull back to Wayland very quickly. We will now get our Moth Palace. So we're going to just spam out some barracks over here, I think, as well as perhaps a tax collection agency. Because the base income is 200, and if we tax it, that will cover some of the upkeep for our cloning facility there. And then that would be an excellent production facility for all of our infantry. Gonna come over to order. What are we creating here? We do have a fair garrison after we took that, of course. Gonna queue up an SPMAT there. And we're gonna come over to Taris, I think, and queue up yet another one, as well as an ACAA, so we can start looking at taking on the CSA, which we were hoping to spy on. We can see they have some sort of hero over there. Double check that, but this is Okay, they've got a bit of a fleet here. See about everything else. We can afford to get the Zsinj Consortium out now, and I think we'll get that over to Dathomir. Yeah, here's their main fleet. So that's actually not the largest at 138 pop. A few cruisers, frigates, of course a decent hero. I think that's the Dauntless hero, I can't remember exactly. So what's this one? It's an Imperial Star Destroyer and 2 Invincibles. So actually we might want to raid that fairly soon while they're under only enemies go for Sagus. Interesting. But we're fairly close to that. We can try and intercept that. Let's go for the Zsinj Consortium, and I think we will raid over Mario as well. We did lose Sagus to the Imperial Remnant there, but we can quickly intercept that. Close fought battle indeed, yeah. That was on a knife edge there for us. Okay, so what do they have? There's a lot of ships here. So they have Precursors, Victory, and Acclimate. So I think we'll be absolutely fine with this. Turn the camera around. Precursors don't come with any fighters. That's excellent for us. They're very, of course, weapon focused. Brings Zsinj towards the back, so he provides us excellent command. And just a very simple, straight up brawl with our 3 Imperial Star Destroyers. Bring our fleet tender back. And we'll bring in our frigates a little closer so we know exactly what our formation's looking like. And of course our lancers will be excellent as well. As well as these corvettes here. I'll bring some of them towards the back. And of course get a galleon out to heal tank. So it's very useful. There we go. That'll do for now. Ripping apart their Victory, of course. Try and focus these 2 onto the Precursor. And get onto very particular points here. Excellent stuff. Love to see it just bombarding them with all of our turbo lasers. Let's try and make sure we do get our fighters in though onto enemy bombers. Get our own bombers in onto this Precursor here to rip the shields apart. Lovely. Turning around over here, don't like that. Let's go for the KDY over here. Get this onto the enemy Precursor. And that'll be absolutely brilliant. It looks like the enemy is going to retreat. That's absolutely fine. We just get their engines here. That'd be great. And in fact, I think we ripped that apart before they try and retreat. So we've got some excellent kills there. We do retake Sagus. Not that it's really too impactful once again, because it doesn't bring in any base income. But well, they had a Vindicator Heavy Cruiser, very nice indeed. And a nice pickup there. And I think what we'll do is just take a look at our legitimacy actually. It's going to be fairly low once again. We're standing at 18. And that's above, very slightly, the other minor warlords. So it's very nice indeed. We do have a Star Destroyer over here. I think we were going to send that over to our 2nd fleet, weren't we? It's a little too late for now, but we should still do this battle fairly comfortably. Wish I could have remembered that, actually, and double-check that, because it would have helped. But not a problem. Let's move this in. So, CSA generally fighter heavy, but with a couple of Invincibles and a Star Destroyer here, they'll only get a few corvettes out of here, won't they? Yeah, just 1 corvette out of here, and the same out of those. So we won't be seeing too many fighters, but I think we do still hold back a little bit. This is our pirate era, wasn't it? We'll come back here. We do actually have a good amount of Star Destroyers anyway. I think we will bring in all of those. And actually, it's a little further ahead than I'd have probably liked. Not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever. Well, actually, what we want in this task force are some galleons to heal tank. We don't get one as a hero, do we? Unless it's this one. Yeah, we get the one here. We'll pull that in. And I'm thinking of actually selling the Battle Dragons. As much as I think I said in the previous episode, they're not too bad. I've been playing around with them a little more frequently for myself, and they're not producing the results I thought they once did. Could have some micro fighters here, the tiniest bit, to intercept enemy bombers. Powers of shields here. It looks like we've lost the Nebulon over here, which is a shame. Let's get on top of our bombers and our skip rays, and we can focus down the enemy hero over here. Which one provides the most command? It is actually the Star Destroyer hero. Let's get our ties in over here to intercept and cover our bombers, because we're going to struggle there a tad. How are we looking on our Star Destroyers though? Not too bad across the board there. Let's get our victories onto the Marauder over here for now, because they do have some better accuracy against that. And we'll get onto the Nebulon as well. That should go down. Lovely stuff. And we'll get the Star Destroyers onto the enemy Star Destroyer here now that we have ripped apart the shields. Let's get onto the Turbo Lasers to start with. How are our victories doing? Let's do that. And in fact, they can focus the Invincible at maximum firepower. Group these together. They're not doing exactly what I'd like them to do. Take out the ion cannons, please. Yeah, it's an Imperial one, so it's very ion cannon heavy. And that will remove the commands that hero is providing. That's excellent. We've taken off the frontal batteries of this Invincible. Lovely. It doesn't look like they want to retreat out either. I'm loving that. Absolutely loving that. So we do still have some minor corvettes, so let's get hold of... Oh, we forgot to use this ability once again. That's a shame. Chuck it on now. And focus the engines now, please. So there we go. Lovely stuff. 125 credits off of killing that hero. It's not insignificant. It's not insignificant whatsoever. It saves us the job, actually, of destroying that space station. So I think we'll look at actually taking the planet now. We wait through there. Can't skip it. We did lose 2 Nebulons, actually. That's a bit of a shame. Actually, no, I think, actually, those Star Destroyers are meant as a simple defense over suit trick. Did we have a hypervelocity cannon? We did. That's not a problem. We could bring that back. So we are recruiting there. We've got the artillery out over here. We see the Hapens actually amassing a bit of a fleet. Is this the Queen Mother over here? So that might be a decent pickup actually. No, she is a hero though. We could take her on just to raid that and push them back a little bit, you know. Let's do that. Let's bring these over. We do now have, of course, our heroes. Did Type Zang get his aggressor? He did. That's interesting. It's very interesting indeed. So I wasn't entirely sure if that was the case. We could build a third fleet around them then. That would be brilliant. That would be absolutely brilliant. We had, I think, a pirate base over at the Ferrier Junction. Let's bring these over and we can see exactly what we've got for our land group. Yeah, we do. So... why can't we build these? we're at our population cap. Okay. What we can do is very quickly spend a lot of our credits on some of these pop spaces then. What do we have in our army? 19. Yeah, there's a fair bit of infantry, some good SPMATs. That should be absolutely fine to go over to Mario then. We'll bring this Star Destroyer back to watch over suit trick for us. And while that's moving, let's get another one of these. Getting some good income at 7.3 thousand actually. I'm liking that. Build this up. What do we have on Taurus? Actually a lot more infantry. I'll just bring this over. I've forgotten exactly what this hero does. It's just a standard command. I'm not so worried about that. Bring these 2 units over to make things a little more comfortable. Let's just have a few options in my armies. Okay, let's just keep scouting over here. And I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying these new ion cannon tanks actually, but they're not going to be the most use at the moment. Let's wait for these to come over. Do we see anything over in the Pentastar space? Not too much at the moment. You can see they're getting revealed as we move away from planets. There's only a couple of Venices and minor corvettes there. Looking out for that tank battlecruiser, really, is still a worry for us. Go over here, build those, and we should have those reinforcements, and I'll take Mario. A quick sippy of my drinky. Hope you're all having a good day. Thank you to those who are watching. It's very encouraging to see people here. So we're going to choose the same tactic as I chose in a previous video, where build up here. And actually we're going to just hop on over and garrison these. There we go, now that they're entered. Bring these over to the 4 command posts there. There we go, we'll group these up, group 1. We can focus this command post, I think. Capture this very quickly indeed. We're looking okay here. Bring these over. Focus on defense over here. Defense over here as well. And once we feel comfortable, we can push on in a little better. Definitely want to bring in some SPMAT over here. And don't have any A9s, but we do have some good Raptors. Bring in a couple of those. ULAV's always useful. I think that'll do for now. Bring this over so it's got a good line of sight. We'll start capturing these build pads. Let's put a anti-vehicle there, anti-infantry there, garrison inside here, build up this. Lovely stuff. I'd like to take this one fairly slow. Focus on anti-infantry power because our SPMAT will absolutely ruin any vehicles coming through. Just bring this over here a little bit because then it can get line of sight over to here as well if need be. Okay, let's set this up, and I think we do a little bit of scouting. In fact, what we do is I'm going to capture that abandoned mining facility over here, and we'll get a little boost of income to build more turrets and such. I'd like to make use of the dropships here because the water does in fact slow down with infantry. There we go, we can put those back in. And there we go, what do we see? Some droidicas. Should really have these on take cover. And there we go, we do actually see some speeders coming out, but we're actually pretty decent at destroying those at the moment. We don't necessarily need AAs over there. So get scouting, because we do see some droidicas over here, and we'll bring both of these dropships over. That'd be a great help. I think we're struggling with the terrain over here as well. So using the dropships really great. What are we being attacked by here? Just a speeder. Let's get rid of that because that can do some damage. Get rid of the droidica once again. Lovely. It'd be great if we got some indirect fire artillery actually, but it's just not going to happen. We need to pull back a tiny bit over here. I'm misclicking. What do I want to bring in? I think we bring in some of these. And actually, you know, one of these as well, because they'll rip apart infantry between them. Let's get rid of this droidica, please. And over here. Yeah, we're struggling with the terrain once again. And look at all the rockets come out of our Raptors there. They absolutely rinse. But yeah, we're going to want to bring over these speeders, I think, to deal with the droidicas. Lovely. There's another droidica there. SPMAT will snipe it to oblivion. Lovely. Bring these over as well to help us out. Should rinse through the enemy infantry. CSA infantry, not the greatest of threats. Until they get these droidicas spammed out, of course. Ignore the other speeders for now. There we go. So you can really get through them. But I think, you know, those ion cannon tanks we get out of our advanced factories would be really good. Pull back. Can't quite see what's going on there. Covered by the trees. The walking tank's unintentionally cute. Yeah, it's their little legs, isn't it? They really are. I see what you mean. Yeah, just struggling with our accuracy here. And of course, we only have anti-infantry blasters, so it's going to take a little bit of time. That's absolutely fine. We've got the numbers to do so there. Okay, we see an anti-infantry turret, so we'll push our time here, but I think that will do. Pull back, force a repair, be great stuff. I think finally we actually start moving out towards the enemy base. Push on here, scouts ahead with the dropships. All good here, lovely stuff. The reason I like to stay defensive to start with this map is simply because it's very narrow lanes actually. Very, very narrow indeed. Going to pull back just to heal a second because this Persuader will do some fair damage against our dropships. We're actually still carrying some infantry there. It's not easy. Don't want to piecemeal this, but this is what I mean. The narrow lanes here do not help. We're going to wait for this Persuader to come through. Hindered a bit by the edge there, by the rocks. Let's push up with the ULAVs. And we'll come in over here now with our dropships. Got to remove this before it decides to trample our infantry down. That's great stuff. Let's keep moving. See some infantry there, not a problem. Let's move up. Do we see any more infantry over here? Yep. Let's group these to two. We can flip backwards and forwards between them. And that's absolutely fine. Let's just push on a little bit more forwards. And maybe we can start tickling the power generator that might be here. What are we shooting here? We have some minor infantry coming from behind. Not a problem. ULAVs do a great job against that. Let's pick up this and make a forward repair station. How are we looking here? Yeah, just rinsing apart some B1s. Absolute chaff pieces of units. There's a back to healing station, might as well get rid of it. I don't think the power generator really does much, so long as they don't have base shield generators or turbo laser towers. There's not been any sign of that, but we can certainly work on that for now. I want to make a forward back to healing station actually, so we don't lose any raptors. How are we doing over here? Not too bad, but I think we'll pull back to draw them into our SPMAT. These particular craft actually self-repair if they're given the chance. Yeah, okay, let's focus down the enemy infantry here, because they're getting through the shields of our ULAVs. We've not lost any, we're just a bit worried about our pathing. I'll tell you what, would be very cheeky, push these forwards, get down orbital bombardment, and be very nice indeed there. Oh, we see an anti-aircraft turret. Oh, we've lost a dropship to that. That's not good. So that's one loss already. Not too much of a bother. We pull back with this ULAV as well. I think we push up with the Raptors here because of that Persuader and the turrets. There were two anti-aircraft turrets, so that would be why we got shredded so quickly. See the grenades go in, lovely. ULAVs are not helping our pathing there. Yeah, we get rid of that turret, we'll be fine. Bring this round. Lovely. Absolutely rip that apart. ULAVs fire onto the speeder, please. So it does focus on anti-infantry behaviour. Take cover, destroy that, focus this down. Thank you. Actually getting through our ULAV there a fair bit. Get rid of that ESPO and pull back to repair. It's just struggling once again. Let's push in. Melt that Persuader, please, with our rockets. Let's pull back though. I didn't mean to pull all of these back. Bombard in between here to get both of those, can we? Lovely. And then it's just a case of battering down their palace or the local office. Take those off. All done here. And I think we just press fast forward to let that burn down. Bring everything in range, of course. What are these? Oh, okay. Pull that back. Guess onto the turret there. What are these? Probably not using the correct tools there. Get the ULAVs onto that. Why are we missing? Why? Oh, that was a landed airspeeder. Okay. So we've still got that to chase about. I think we push over here, create a back to healing station, and we can scout around for that speeder once again. We do still have some units over here, but they won't cause us too much bother. In fact, that might be where the bulk of the enemy is. Let's get on top of this. Lovely. We'll deal with that. It's all good. And the enemy is going to retreat, actually, so that's brilliant stuff. Finally taken an enemy planet. It's taken long enough. It's a shame to have lost that dropship to the double anti-aircraft turrets, and we actually lost a Raptor squad, which did not see happen. But they're not the most expensive of losses. It's not a problem. Bring over our hut friend over here, and we'll get a couple A9s and reinforce that while we're there. Let's see, let's pull these back. Don't get a discount with any of our heroes here. I like to save a little bit of money. But we've still got to build up Dzebra over there, as you can see. So I think we'll do that next. Although we can't actually get there, can we? So what do we want to do with that? So we don't have a planetary shield generator. But, do you want to spend that? Yeah, we'll spend some money on that. So get a barracks out as well for now. We can start building this up, which would be great. This is true min-maxing. What do we want to do about a fleet over here, though? That was the question. Now that we do have some extra pop space, let's go back to the Ferrier Junction. Have a look, because I think what we can do is make at least one of these carriers and then really focus around some space arcs. They take ages to build, though. That's the problem. So we might still want some sort of Imperial ships to help us out there. And I'd rather not be quite so passive while waiting around. See a minor hero there. See the Pentastar's area, so defensible. Look at all the ground slots they have available there. So difficult to push into their core worlds. See some actually pretty decent heroes there. And a fair fleet. As long as they're not too close to us, I think we need to scout out Corvus Minor. Don't see anything just yet. So many targets. Because we want to go for Centarus as well, and in fact, having said that, I think we take Zsinj and go to Vyun. Didn't see anything at Corvus, did we? Come back over here. Did we manage to get to the Ferrier Junction? We did. Let's make one of those and two of these. Come back over to Dathomir. Make a few more ships for us. Let's see. Let's create a very quick one of these. And we're going to make an interdictor. Probably should have done that the other way around to save a tiny bit of money and some time, but not a problem. I really want to take out this fleet as well at some point, but Osmanpex and Saphlor are rather tough targets. Saphlor's not the worst. Might even raid this one, you know. Yeah, they don't have an ion cannon, and the numbers there are bumped up by the enemy land units. So with this being the Bulwark 3, we could take that down while there's very minimal protective forces, you know. Because the actual standing fleet there is not huge. Just a couple of recusants would be the greatest ships in that victory under that Bulwark 3. And even though it is a level 3 space station, they do get 2 Bulwark 1s. Not the worst. But like I said, we get 4 Star Destroyers out of this. And if they can't take on a single Bulwark 3, then we're going to be a bit shameful defeat there if that's going to be the case. I think we do that. I think we chance that now, actually. Just double check we've got the right Pathfinder going. And having said that... I'm an R too much about these things. Really, I'm an R far too much. Let's get a couple more Lancers and another Galleon. And then we'll be very comfortable with that. But we'll go straight for Rivest now. It's not good to spend so much time idle. You can build up so much money, but you know it's useless if you're not actually going to put it to any good actual tests there. They're going to try and retake it. They might do. They might do. Watch this channel because I suck at the game as soon as I add mods. That's nice to know. I wouldn't say I'm the best person to learn from myself, but it's nice to hear I'm helping you out there, my guy. I've got to be honest. This is I really should have learnt this game a lot better. I have been playing. Don't want to pull that in just there. Have been playing since its release in 2006, of course, and should really be playing at Aberon defaults. So if we speak strategically about this game and listen more critically, this game does have something very, very different to offer to what people are used to. That Lancer is placed just where we want it there. Let's focus that bomber squadron down. It's not normal for strategy games to allow such, or even just the ability to call in reinforcements like this mid-battle. People probably use something like Total War, or Command and Conquer even. That's of course simple base building, a bit closer to what it's like on the ground force here, but still very, very different. But I'm glad it's helping you learn a bit. If you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them to the best of my ability. Now, do we actually take Rivest or do we just raid it? That's the question. The enemy can come from the Roche asteroids, and we probably should raid that as well, so they don't bring out any Star Destroyers of their own there. But what do we actually have around land unit-wise? Because we're all focused in one area, aren't they? We've got some heavy tanks there, we've got some infantry here, but I think what we do is make use out of Wayland and just spam out Raptors, and look how quickly they come out. So that is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd. Gonna get our hero over here to get some even further discounts on our units and get another dropship. Another SPM-AT, because they're just fantastic. And we're going to try that Trax Disabler as well. But we should now have our Lancers and Star Galleon out to reinforce us here, because we are lacking in point defence. And even that's actually not enough. So having said that, that really isn't enough looking at what we have. I think we get 2 Nebulons, because they come with some fighter support as well, and they can power shields. What do we have on Stenos? Minor groups over there, but that does leave it wide open to an attack from Belderone. Looks like the enemy's just taken Belderone, because they've got no ground slots filled up there. I'll just bring these closer to Findar at the moment. And of course we bring these over. We might as well use our new ground heroes. Want to make some good use out of the Zsinj Consortium, of course. But you can see how slowly these pirate ships are being created. You've got to make them well in advance before you want to use them. And I was actually thinking about getting out some extra Imperial ships, wasn't I? So we get a good couple victories because they're absolutely amazing. How are we feeling about this? They don't have too much on Rivest, so do they? They do have. Oh, they don't have turbo laser towers. That's interesting. They've moved that around then. They do have a planetary shield generator. And a couple advanced factories, meaning we'll see some A5s come out. So they do have some heavy vehicles, but once again, we do have at least one SPM-AT available. And our infantry is superb at destroying enemy vehicles, so that shouldn't be too much of a bother. My only worry is that if we look at this list over here, we look at ion cannons. Where are we? So yeah, ion cannons have 0 damage against armor. They only hurt shields. So I don't think any of these are actually shielded. The enemy does get, the Greater Maldruid at least, does get 2 repulse tanks, which are shielded. We've got 2 more SP-Mateys here. Gonna sell off the bikes though, because we just don't use them. And that fleet is only going to get stronger, and we do see some excellent Lang units there. So I think before we go for Rivest, we are actually going to raid that area. Don't need to take the planet just yet, but we are going to raid that orbital space. Because, like I said, this is a Bulwark 3, this hero, and he's very tough. If he can join up and make a large fleet, it's going to be an extremely difficult job to dislodge him. So we're going to pull up over here, move around, pull away from the enemy, let them come in piecemeal. And in fact, we're going to try and be a little too smart here. We're going to press fast forwards. We're going to bring the Corvette in, see if that lures the enemy out. We do see the reinforcing garrison. We do have a Valor class starbase as well, which is a problem. It is a problem. These bullets can dish out quite a lot of damage as well. They're quite tanky. But it looks like the enemy's not too interested, actually, in coming in piecemeal. Which is a bother. Do we get any Corvettes with power to engines? It doesn't look like it. You could probably sacrifice this to bring them out. Oh, yeah, there we go. Right, we'll lose the battle if that dies without any reinforcements, so we'll pause here. And, yeah, we start bringing in our Star Destroyers. Put one in the front there to take the damage rather than our hero Star Destroyers. Bring in this guy for his excellent command. And, yeah, might as well just bring in our full fleet. We do lose that Corvette. Not a problem there whatsoever. That more central. One of these was a galleon as well as this young man here. Bring that a little more forward, this Lancer. Now actually the Lancers come with Star Vipers and tire presses, is that? Or is that from the galleon? That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Ripping apart the Victory at long range there. Absolutely brilliant. Not. Oh, we are taking a bit of damage. Alright. Well, what do I want to do about that? I want to pull back. Pull back, because I don't like losing Star Destroyers. And I think we actually create a bit of a wolf pack over here. Like so. Get some surveys out there as well. Yeah, I think this is going to go down because they're going to hurt our shields. It's such a long, wide turn there. We need to make use out of our bombers if that's the case. Try and actually select them. Root them up. And go for... Oh, we're ripping apart everything else here. Let's go for this Liberator. Focus this Liberator. Yeah, the actual damaging weapons have left there. Let's go for the Recusant then. Yeah, that's probably not going to survive here. But it is only a standard Imperial. It's not a hero. So we can live with that. It's a bit sad to see. But it's not the end of the world. Shouldn't have happened, but it's not the end of the world. These are moving in far too far ahead. Far too far ahead. We need to push up our Nebulons now and our Lancers, I think, because the enemy fighters are coming in. Let's focus down this bulwark, please. Yeah, this is going to be quite a few losses here. Quite a few losses. Yeah, we're not doing exactly what we want at all. We bring in his this bulk isn't going to do too much, but some forward firepower. Yeah, mismanage this, completely mismanage this, and not really put in too much damage ourselves, have we? So only ion cannons left on that bulwark, so we're going to focus the Recusant. Yeah, okay. get the Star Destroyers onto this guy and we can retreat out, I think. Not happy with that at all. Not happy with that whatsoever. Let's focus this guy down. Our bombers need to give this a go as well to get his shields down. So what have this horrible losses come down to? Well, complete miss micro. Complete miss micro on our part. Should not have lost that Star Destroyer. Like I said, it's not the end of the world. Group these up and just focus these turbo lasers down. Come on. Very tanky. Very, very tanky hero, this. Very damaging. Let's not go for the ion cannon, let's go for the turbo lasers. Not happy with that. It's far too many losses. It's just expensive at this stage of the game to lose these. And a little bit embarrassing, really, against such a supposedly small fleet. But that'll be 2 enemy heroes down for the price of 1 there, because they're land heroes garrisoning in the bulwark here. Does pretty much only have ion cannons left here now. Lovely. Yeah, just a little bit embarrassing there. But he's basically down, only got his engines left. Focus those. We can warp out for ourselves. And that'll be absolutely fine. Mission is somewhat successful. A lot of losses. His victory's going to get out. Our rest of the Star Destroyers are going to get out because they still have their engines. We can replace that Star Destroyer. We do have a couple in backup over Sutric. To lose those 2 victories is not ideal though. That's okay. Again, not the end of the world. What do we want here? We want mining and infantry. And bring these over. Bring this out. It's Imperial 1, so it's mostly ion damage focus. Not a problem. And we're going to take Rivest. And that should be a lot cleaner. We do have some good infantry, some good heroes, and some fair armour as well. And we're going to try and go for Centarus because once again we do have the mission to take that and actually get our administrative hero there, which would be excellent for us. Administrative heroes are absolutely amazing. Get down this and an SPMAT here. We're going to take a single dropship for now. Build up here, of course. Take the forward build pads because we know those are there. Alright, so that could be 2. That can be 1. Move over here and actually pick up the infantry. Come on, get in there. And we're going to rush over here. Didn't work the last time I tried so well. But we'll be fine, I think. We'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, let's drop here. What do we see? Enemy infantry is not a problem. Dropship can remove those very easily. If it gets in the air, so we don't battle with the terrain. There we go, we have the landing zone there. So we're going to get some Raptors down. Get another A9. Another SPMAT would be great. And we're going to try these. Rather large track vehicles, actually. Make sure we are taking cover. Chase that down. Lovely stuff. All good. We should really set up with the SPMAT here and try and push forward to get some sight for it. What we can do is come over here and actually make a sensor node. Do these have to deploy? No. Okay, they're quite decent looking models actually, aren't they? They actually do look like something straight out of Command and Conquer. I think they look like one of the Chinese vehicles, don't they? Let's build that. Sensor node here. Anti-infantry ahead. Repair station there. Okay, so we don't see too much actually out from the enemy so far. That is interesting. Do we actually want to use one of these just yet? Yeah, we'll get this guy out to protect the SPMAT. What do we see here? We do see the heavy recovery vehicles. Some large AV cannons there. Alright, so we get greedy and we push out over here. And over here, we might want to take, there's an abandoned factory over here. We do see those vehicles coming down, so actually we could stand here, keep that about. Actually, we deploy about here because that's going to get in our way. And there we go, start ripping that apart. We'll test these new ion cannons out. Okay, so they got some missiles, have they? Or was that just our infantry? That was just the infantry. Focus the heavy vehicles here, please. Get onto the speeders there. Yeah, you can see they're not actually doing anything by the looks of it. Let's get them solely on there. Yeah, purely for removing enemy shields. That's absolutely fine. Focus everything on here then. Not a problem. Make sure we've got the Raptors coming up because they can do some good damage against vehicles. But that's good to know. It's good to know the usefulness of these. What do we see here? Another Juggernaut. Lovely. Take cover. He might decide to track us and run us over there, look. Yeah, gives it a go. And just about misses there. That's great. So, that means we can push in. They do have a planetary shield generator down here, though. So, I think this group pushes in for that. And this group protect the SPMAT. Everything over here can push up. That'd be great. What do we see? Oh, see some anti-infantry vehicles there. Come on. Stop messing around with the terrain, please. We get straight onto this light factory. Reduces ship upkeep, does the light factory. That's interesting. Got that A5. See 2 A5s. That's going to be a tough fight. We need to push this up then. Focus this. Can we bombing run this? We certainly are. We can't because of that bloody planetary generator. Stunned our infantry. This is abysmal here. Absolutely abysmal. We push in here. Okay, it's a pullback job here. Pull back to the SPMAT. Push up with the infantry to protect it. Focus that. It's a great sniper. Yeah, lovely. Pull back. Don't want to lose the A9. How are we doing over here? We've got some skiffs over here. They're not the greatest, really. In range to get this. Let's focus down this so it doesn't stun our infantry once again. There we go. Losing a few too many Raptors there. Run away. Come on. After seeing how good that SPMAT is, that's not doing the greatest of jobs. Let's get rid of that. Get rid of the 2M. Whistle that down. Enemy, or our infantry likes to focus down buildings before anything we actually tell it to focus down, weirdly. It's okay. It's all good. We now have bombardments available, so going to take one of our A9s, going to sensor ping, and we're going to bombard that, bomb and run this. I think we should be fine to push in over here once again. See no more of those floating fortresses. Well, they're not floating, they're tracked. Getting where I get a floating fortress from. Another one of these about. Not a problem. Shouldn't be seeing any more garrisons coming out though, because we've seen quite a few of those A5s. See one of these anti-vehicle turrets. And I think we can push up here as well, can we? Don't know what we're shooting at there. It's probably the generator there. And that'll be the end. Fast forwards on. He's just waiting now to down this. And that really will be a victory. He says, what have they got left? Tax collection agency, of course. I'm sure the local garrison population will be happy to see that destroyed. Of course, we'll just rebuild it. So while we got Zsinj over here, we can get the discount on the standard buildings. We get a new group, Vin Collis's group. Have a look at that. Pretty much immediately, we actually got some good money in the bank. It's only 800 with the discount there, so I've not got the greatest hopes for that. Not the greatest hopes whatsoever. And I think what we do is we send a probe droid over to Centarus, so we are actually ready for that. And we get out some more raptors, bring those across. Put them on Bindar for now. We get another one of these. And we go to Tangerine, put these together. And we will get some more A9s. Lovely. Can never have too many A9s. Spy on this. Got the orbital space out there. Lovely. Research complete. We do, of course, see Truce and Pterodok, and a lot of their heroes here. What are these two space heroes? We have Thurban, who is an administrator and an allegiance battlecruiser, so that is going to be a tough target. We also have Fast Newman, who is a strike cruiser. It's not the worst. That allegiance is going to be tough, though. Yeah, and of course, Fortress Centauri is going to need a lot of forces to take that on. Let's see, who is this hero? Vin Collis, indecisive, ATT Walker. That is, oh, we're going to have to use him. Gotta love ATTs. That's actually very complimentary to our infantry there. So, what do we want to do? I think we want to actually bring in Tiber Zan over here, and he can be part of Zinj's fleet. And that means we can bring in pretty much everything on the go. The idea with Tiber Zan is his aggressor will, at long range, take down at least the shields of that Allegiance battlecruiser. So that's not too bad at all. What else do we have on Yun? Don't want to build a tax collection agency because it's less than 150. It's not really the best there. Get a second heavy vehicle factory out and some more barracks. Enemies about to invade Sagus. Okay, not a problem. That might actually not quite intersect at the right time there. Put those back. Yeah. Oh, it's the TAG battlecruiser. We're going to have to retreat from this because we've only got a couple ships here. We're not going to be able to stand up to that TAG battlecruiser. Certainly not. But I think the enemy actually had some interdictors there. We'll see what we get out of here, but it's only fighters and corvettes. Pull back. Yes, they have an ISD. Do they have interdictors? Don't see any. This TAG battlecruiser, though. Not the greatest of battlecruisers, but again, early game, can't really stand up to it too well. Try and get some damage, I think, to at least destroy that Imperial Star Destroyer. And actually, is this... No, that does have a gravity well, actually, I think, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay. We can try and thin this down, but we haven't got any bombers, actually, really. Just the one unit there. It's an interesting one. We'll pull the Kardabi back, do we? Or do we just retreat straight out, is the question. Very greedy player, so I like to see enemy losses very quickly. It's just the range of that TAG battlecruiser. It's not going to be easy. because it's not like we're going to be able to destroy this Imperial Star Destroyer very quickly either. You shouldn't really be throwing those straight into the enemy corvettes either, really. We pull back to at least get the Golem helping us. Not that that's amazing. We just focus this corvette for now. What is that, a raider? Don't think that really has point defense, does it? Raiders, it does have a little bit, but we're overwhelming that for now. Pull back here. Pull back. Do you have these corvettes? They send out light proton torpedoes, but of course Pentastar alignment likes to use Tartan patrols and corvettes to have massive point defense capabilities. But I do see that attack battle cruiser lagging behind, actually. Not bad at all. Okay, I think we push forwards here. Turn around here, fire onto the Tartan patrols. Lovely. We can get some damage out. We will have to retreat though. I don't think we take on that battle cruiser, as we keep saying. Can't stress that enough. Lovely. Just really focus these minor corvettes for now. Bisons and bombers not doing a great job. Just overwhelmed. We lose a Nebulon. Yeah, these really aren't made for anti-fighter purposes, unfortunately. Let's focus that group of bombers though with this one. Let's get onto this while we range it and its shields down. Just less damage coming in against our own victories. You can focus these down, that would be great. Lovely, and I think we'll just outright destroy that now. Lovely. Go for the engines, get rid of this Victory 2 frigate. Great stuff. And now we focus down the Imperial. We will full power to weapons because we do have ion cannons to really rip through those shields. Now being threatened by that battle cruiser, so we need to get this down as quickly as possible. We can't control click that, can we? Okay. Lovely. Let's get that down. Get the heavy turbo lasers, please. Shields are down. Really need to rip through this as quickly as possible, please. Come on. Come on. Have we got any extra fighters in the back? Not really. Let's get on top of these bombers, please. No, that didn't drag the bloody fighters. Not a problem. Not a problem. Now, being greedy, I'm now looking that we can take on this cruiser, but we need to stay and look at the reality and look that our victories are getting shredded. But we can certainly take down an Imperial Star Destroyer hero and retreat out like that. I would be very, very happy with that. To perhaps just lose a victory and a few Nebulons, of course, but we can live with that. I can live with that. There we go. Actually, that victory seems to have survived. Brilliant stuff. And I think, you know what, Sagus has done the job of being a good buffer. A very nice buffer indeed. Look at that. You can't be sad about inflicting those losses there.
System lost.
Okay. I don't think we can take on that battle cruiser, even with that with the Imperial Star Destroyer. What I'm going to do is pull back here, create another Star Destroyer on an increased discount. Might even get an aggressor going as well. We do finally have that carrier. So now things are looking good. Now things are looking good. Get those out. Pull back. Increase production by spreading out production. And I think we go for a lot of Nebulons. And over on Auxilia. I don't know why we've still got the logo there. Get some galleons. And that will actually be alright. An alright fleet. An okay one. Need some more buildings over Rivest though. Get a couple of light factories and a advance there. And before this really builds up, I think we have to attack. So double check we have a Pathfinder, happy with a couple of Star Destroyers and Type-Zan. Let's go. And there we go, lovely. Excellent raid ahead. Excellent raid. God, I've already been going for about an hour. Time really flies with this game. Really been enjoying it. I'm actually thinking of creating, there we see that Allegiance battle cruiser. Actually thinking of creating a series of minor guides for this in a similar way that Corey Loser's been making guides. And brief overviews of each minor faction, like the Ariada Authority, Zsinj, of course. And just to say, this is how you start with each faction. This is your starting position. This is a basic overview of your roster. Don't go over every piece of it in great detail, because everyone sort of knows it by now. Not brought in Zsinj for his incredible abilities there. Bring in these as well in one area, because they bring out fighters and bombers. Bring in even more of these. Rip apart that Imperial 2. Focus on Truce and Terror, please. Should be doing that anyway. Lovely. Type-Zan can actually cloak, which is an ability he had in the base game. If we could take out this hero, who does of course provide some excellent command. But yeah, I think in strategy games in general, there's not a lot of minor guides to help people with their opening moves in the game, which is always the hardest part of starting, is finding exactly how to start your campaign, where to move, what to build. So I think I can fulfill that role pretty nicely. Let's get Type-Zan, if you can, on this victory over here. Take a bit of damage on this Star Destroyer, which is not ideal. Let's focus a broadside cruiser. Get that down. And actually that Carrack will be doing more damage than we give it credit for. And yeah. Pause. Stop. You focus aggress, or allegiance rather. You two need to focus allegiance as well. This has got a lot of shields there. A lot of shields. This guy's actually a 10% administrator as well. Wish we had integrated him ourselves. That'd be great. Need to pull back here. Get rid of that victory, which will be doing a lot of damage. There we go. We won't outright destroy that for now. We'll leave that on its ion cannon. So get rid of these Vigil Corvettes. Lovely. Oh, just making a lot of damage here. Push this forwards. All power to weapons. And help out against this allegiance. I think we take on actually the quad turbo lasers, of course, with our victories. Because they will do a lot of damage. Yeah, we need our bombers out over here. Lovely. How are we doing with this Star Destroyer? Yeah. Allegiances really can 1v1 most capital ships. Because there's a lot of ships smaller than them. There's a lot of ships smaller than allegiances. Yeah, we're getting there. How are we doing with this? We might want to just warp out to save that. Yeah, I think we will. I think we'll warp out to save this. Unless its engines have gone down already. Doesn't look like it. And that is the allegiance down. So yeah, All we're going to do is warp out, save the Star Destroyer, and we'll come straight back in. No shame in that, and that'll mean the battle is that much easier when we do return. So very happy with that. As long as we don't lose that Star Destroyer now. Oh, we might lose this one because the engines have gone. Didn't notice that. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah. That's not good. Take a shot every time we lose an Imperial Star Destroyer. Not happy with that whatsoever. It just shouldn't be happening. It really, really shouldn't be happening. I don't mind replacing anything more minor, but yeah, it's not acceptable. It's really not acceptable. Okay, so we've got a pretty decent starting fleet out here now. Yeah, just waiting for these two capital ships. We can send that back out for Sagus. Although I'd say the enemy's moved around now. Let's get an Imperial 2. And we can look at taking Rivest now, I think. How many SMATs have we got? Got one there, two there, all good. Got a lot of infantry, gonna need a lot of infantry as well. Let's bring these over. 4 more there, all very useful indeed. This is an ATT hero. I think we certainly bring him in with the Imperial dropships. I want to get some use out of an ATT, that'd be great stuff. Excellent, in fact. How are we looking over here? Not too bad. Not much else to say about this area, really. Just keep scouting, though. Yeah, looks like the CSA is going to play stagnant and defensively. About to invade Ordo. Where is Ordo? Oh, it's here. Okay, so they've made their way around there. That's not great. Well, make sure we have... That's interesting. Zoomed in there. Don't zoom in there. I swear. Not doing that on purpose. Oh, come on. There we go. Double click it. And we're going to have to... Yeah, force our way through to Sagus. I'm not going to be in time there. That's only a couple ships as well. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame. Come on. Fight this battle. Move away over to Ordo. Pentastar's being very aggressive, the way they've swung round to attack us from there. What have we got here? Is it just a trenchant? It really is just a trenchant. Okay. Rip that apart very quickly, and that's the battle done. Glorious victory. Absolutely glorious victory. Even the enemy knows Sagus is absolutely useless. Yeah, we got to be quick. Are we going to get there before they send in Lang units? That's always the worry. And of course the aggressor's done now, but we do get in before they send in Lang units to actually take Order. So now we have that aggressor, we can join that with this fleet, and we'll actually have a pretty damn decent raiding fleet here, which I think we'll have to use against now our bordering planets. What do we see here? Imperial, Acclimator, and a Dreadnought, and of course they've... oh, they managed to build that, because we actually still own the planet. That's interesting. It says it's a local garrison. It's weird. Oh, sorry, just misclicked that. Come on, wait for the cursor to return. There we go. Sorry, just press my Windows button rather than a shortcut. There we go. Bring in this guy. Pull back the tiniest bit.
We're heading out. Let's move out. Let's go. Coming about. Destination confirmed.
There we go. Just getting a few Nebulons here. Get this in. Lovely. Why are we not focusing that Star Destroyer? Oh, that Acclimator will go down very quickly anyway. Get our fighters out. Okay, everyone focus the enemy shields, please. Well, not the shields, the engines. Got to bypass the shields. That's going to be far too late. Yeah, they're going to get out. That's a shame. That's a real shame. But at least we don't lose a planet there. So, get this. Get a couple lancers and an interdictor. Let's finally go for Rivest Part 2. Or Centarus, rather. Let's get the bloody planet right. I do see another Tector. We do see a few ground units there, interestingly. So they were going to look at garrisoning there. But still much easier than when they had that bloody Allegiance battlecruiser. For some reason we lost our... Okay, we lost our Pathfinder. That's a shame. Alright, we're going to have to bring these up a little forwards. Bring this one and this one up forwards as well. Bring these forwards. Just bring him to the centre. Let's fast forwards here a tad. We're also on our gunships. Bring these to the front. Should just bring the Raptors forwards, skip praise and bombers. Group those up over here. Get the Lancer in front of our victories there. Is the enemy going to try and come forwards? No, they're not. Okay. Not a problem. It's a bit of a messy formation to begin with there. Let's bring our point defences forwards. Is that Tector going to move towards us? Doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's move these forwards again then. Move these up here. Move these over here. And actually take one Nebulon over here. So Ibazan can push in here. Bring these towards the flank here. Transport can move forwards. We have even more fighters in the back now since we have fully deployed. Okay, what actually are these? More fighters. These TIE aggressors are always very fun. So currently the enemy's very open, but all of these minor corvettes over here do provide point defense. I think we try and rush in for a bombing run on that Tector. Split up some of our units over here. And these gunships should probably move in with our bombers as well, because they do carry some proton torpedoes and such. Not playing to the best of our ability today. It's alright, got to shave off some rust, I'm sure. Let's move up over here. Try and move up with our galleons so that they're actually more useful. We pull their fighters away here, if we can. Ibazan needs to push up, of course. Yeah, they're completely open for a bombing run here. And that is going to look absolutely brilliant. Get on top of these bombers. Lovely. Even more rockets coming in now with more to follow. Started focusing this for some reason. Not a problem. That Tector will go down very easily. So really weaken the shields there. Back they're down. Pull back before the enemy point defense comes and hampers us. Get stuck in with our actual fighters. Push these around the edge to actually focus and threaten the enemy corvettes. Push them around here as well. Start focusing enemy hard points. Get on top of the turbo lasers is absolutely brilliant. Lovely. Love to see enemy capital ships just ripped apart like that. Great stuff. We need to push in with the Raptors though. There's enemy fighters coming in, as well as bombers. We are quite grouped up with our point defense units here. If we just power the shields here, because you see the enemy focusing that. And these units can actually take on the corvettes themselves very nicely indeed. No need to power the weapons, I don't think. Actually, they're not going to be particularly useful against the enemy base, so we might as well get them on that. Lovely stuff. Love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. We could push up against the enemy base now. Push up. Just a few fighters going, or all of our fighters going after just one unit there. Alright, let's get the Howl Runners up as well. Lovely. Let's try and drag a unit. Obviously, these bombers. Point defense doing excellent work there. Now, bombers can go and start tickling down that golden 3. Brilliant. Yeah, you see the range on that aggressor. Very, very good. Start pushing up here as well. And over here. Just getting rid of a few enemy fighters there. Let's try and push up here to support. Ooh, ripping apart some bombers there. Not so worried about our bombers. Got quite a good reserve in the super transports. Excellent reserve. Yeah, we start focusing this now. Is he gonna? Yep, he's certainly listened to us. That's great. We are in range. Just press stop there because we're clearly turning around. Go get on the torpedo launchers first because they do a lot of damage to us. Our bombers getting in now. Excellent. Now we'll just work our way back. Get our victories in as well, please. Yeah, see what I mean? You give them attack orders and they just don't do as you say. You just start whittling down the shields on the Golem 2. Yeah, so these dragons aren't particularly great. A little underwhelming, really. Even in numbers, they're not amazing. They really focus on their missile payloads. And against people like the Greater Maldrude and the Pentastar alignment, which do really focus on corvettes, their point defense just completely nullifies your firepower. Ripping through this Golem base, ripping through this one. Lovely stuff. Let's get rid of the turbo lasers here. Push up over here to threaten the capital tip. Capital ship, is it? It was a large frigate, isn't it? Yeah, heavy frigate shipyard. Got that down, just push it even further. And that'll be brilliant. Yeah, we only have a few of these gunboats left, actually. Just throwing those in willy-nilly, of course. Let's say, enemy does produce a lot of these corvettes. But I'm hoping, once we take Centarus, that our legitimacy will really be bumped up. And we can start integrating just better minor warlords. Because much as I like the idea of having the ATT hero, I would love to get perhaps another capital ship or even a Ministress of hero would be excellent. A bit jealous of the Maldrude actually getting that Allegiance battlecruiser, because they don't start out with that. And it's just not in their character to use big battlecruisers like that. Yeah, just a couple of those squadrons there is not a problem. Or potentially an enemy capital planet.
Construction complete.
Let's bring everything here. Why not? We're going to need men on the ground. What we're doing over here. Have the Lancer. What we're making for this. We need that interdictor. Let's take Centarus. Take a sip of my drink as well. There we go. So, pretty standard stuff. Going to once again use a dropship to push straight on over to the 4 command posts. We're gonna try and defend our rear here actually with I don't know really, because we can just pull back. Push over here. Come on. Lovely. And we'll just keep here. And these units can defend. Might even have been worth trying to rush over to this area, you know? Or might poke our noses around, because it can be very difficult to push through this alleyway. Have a look. Have a quick look. Be very risky there. I can see the enemy's taking that actually. And I don't think a single dropship's going to make much difference there. It's worth having a scout ahead. Yeah, it's too much there. Far too much there. Okay, as long as we know, not a problem. Let's get, of course, an SPMAT, get the ATT, and a lot of infantry is always useful. And we get one of these. Push up with this so it does get line of sight. Let's just jump here, capture that. Push up here. Lovely. That can be number 1, that can be number 2 for both of these. Make that a repair station. And I think we just play a little defensively to start with over here. Come on, please stand here. They really struggle with pathing these things. Get out of its way. ATT is excellent. So that can stay on this area to begin with. Heal up over here. See how slowly these SPMATs walk. Very, very much a defensive unit there. Very, very much defensive unit. There's more skiffs out here. Not entirely pleased with that. They can stay defensive here. Can we use our dropships to scout and bait enemies into our defensive line here? Let's get rid of these stormtroopers waiting. Let's push this up to get some good sight. And I think that'll do. There we go. Already focused this 2M. Push in. Push that. Yeah, we see those proton rockets coming out to really punish our armor. It's not a problem. Let's take cover. Focus. Yeah, rip them apart there. Come on. Get the ATT round, I think, because you use its mass driver cannon. Oh, losing a lot of health here. What are they using? It's like these bloody scout bikes. The bane of our CIS playthrough. All of these walkers. Look at that. Rip apart our infantry. As they actually have done. Absolutely vile. Let's get the ATT in. Come on. Stop fapping about. Yeah, that's a lot of infantry lost there for basically nothing. And we're running out of infantry now because of that. Get hold of this. See or hear a thermal detonator out. Because they did send in one of their heroes. Bloody hell. It's a lot of stuff. That's why I got to play defensively a lot of the time. Not a problem though. Let's fast forwards. Push in, I think, actually with this group now, because there's clearly not a lot happening over here. What can we see over here? More ATRTs. Okay, let's try and push down now here. Keep these in defensive. Yeah, we need to remember I'll group that up. Flank here. What do we see? The enemy spy is that. Lovely. Okay, we're going to rush him down. Skip will do some good work against him. We see an enemy repair station. Let's remove that. Don't like that at all. Remove this to help out our infantry. Where's that spy gone? It's just here. Pull back. Really pushing in here. I think we just need to press stop here. Bring an SPMAT around. Yeah, lovely. Okay, just surrounded by infantry. We do see an A5 Juggernaut as well. I wouldn't mind just keeping these skiffs about if possible. How we're doing here. See another enemy hero there. Pull back. Actually get over here. Turn that into a repair station and just pull back here. Pushing in a little too much here. Let's turn that here. Lovely. Push that forwards. Okay, need this SPMAT to fire on this if possible. Snipe away. And that will actually be supported by our dropships now. Do a great job against that. So that's an A5. That does have 3 heavy AV blaster cannons on that. And luckily it is focusing our infantry. There we go. There we go. Love to see it. Is that the... No, we don't see that hero about anymore. Okay, let's push this down even further now, because we can afford to do so. Healed up our ACT hero. We're doing okay over here as well. Let's push forward, because I think there's a build pad over here. Right, didn't mean to pull out that far. And that should be good, should have a great line of sight. Try and focus this, please. No, not happening. Let's get onto the build pad, and we see some sort of turret. I think what we want to do is take this, make that a sensor node, and oh, we're being sniped by something. Being sniped by this turret. That's interesting. Make it back to healing station for now. What do we see? See a lot of losses. Yeah, okay. A9 needs to be up here as well. Needs to fire on that. Can't be losing the infantry here. We need to take this. There we go. Still got a bit of time before we can actually build there though. Fire on this, please. Yeah, A9, please, hurry up. Please, hurry up. Push this down. Lovely. We're contesting still. Push this, please. We're going to get even close to the enemy turbo lasers now, though, so we need to worry about that. Be wary. There we go. We can take off those. We can pull back over here. Build this up. And I think... I think your IFM would be good here, because he can cloak. Pretty sure. And he can scout for our SPMAT. We lose all of these. That's a bit silly. Push over here again. Set up here. Pull in because we need support. See a lot of enemy troopers. A lot of enemy troopers. Too many of these bloody walkers as well, I swear. There we go, lovely. Is that just some shock troopers? Just some army troopers. Okay. Okay, looks like we're going to struggle with line of sight over here. So I want to bring this up to the centre as well. We do see an anti-air turret actually. So we can force our way into here because that's an anti-vehicle turret. And then we can actually look at coming around this side, destroying the power generator down here, as well as the planetary shield generator. And that will allow... actually, no, that won't allow bombardments if we remove that, because this is the enemy capital planet, and the capital building prevents bombardments and stuff as well. There's Fen, he's here. So, yeah, he can fade and cloak, and he can stun infantry, which is great. So bring him in. Push a little forwards with the SMAT and everything else here. There we go, the units down there. And there we see the turbo laser tower. I wonder if we can actually build up here. Oh, we're gonna need to pull back the SMAT. Focus this, please. Oh, that ACC is not looking great. Not looking great. Don't want to lose out on the first battle. Don't want to lose out on the first battle, please. Should be fine. Lovely. Excellent stuff. How's your eye doing? Is he going to do much against that? Not really. Okay, let's pull back a tab. Just need him to scout so we can at least destroy this with our SMAT. Heal up here. Pull forwards. Get rid of the infantry here for now. Can't believe we are on 10 out of 10 population. It feels like we've lost so much. Okay, so now that turbo laser's down, what we can do is push in over here with our gunships. We don't have line of sight, unfortunately, that's from AT here. But I think we could just stay here then. And push up here, use your right, and actually swap these around to help against that power generator to nullify the turbo laser. We just pull back here. Great stuff. Yeah, nearly got that down. And then we could just rush through to the enemy base. Great stuff. Absolutely brilliant. So those turbo lasers protecting this area are down. And we see both heroes here. Okay. A9 could do good work against them. Needs to take cover. And we'll bring over here with the drop ships because they can do some good work as well. Let's get rid of the commando here. Lovely. Focus him actually. So he'll be doing more damage than the spy. Dealt with the planetary generator. Great stuff. Pull back. Actually, I think Euro could do quite well against the enemy heroes. Don't like to risk losing him though. Push up. Yeah, it's just going to be a game of chasey, catchy, killy here. Needs to pull in. This will do some good work against them. Where's you? Alright, lovely. Push in. Finally get rid of their main base. Would be great. We're still chasing these people down. Heroes, I swear, just not at all accurate against them. Even with the correct weapons. See, we're doing basically nothing there. Let's get on top of these then. Get in range for the enemy base. A9 needs the support, of course. These 2M repulsor tanks are really getting on my nerves. They're coming out of here, aren't they? Yeah, it says they only get a couple there. We've seen so many. How are we doing over here? They have actually bested our hovercraft over here, which is a bit strange. Dealt with one of them. Now it's just the spy. Bloody hell. Is this the... Yes, this is the capital station, and that's just got so many hit points. And we actually see some enemy infantry coming out here. Not liking that. Not liking that whatsoever. Let's push forward so we actually use that heal, because that's a complete waste otherwise. Why we like these fortresses. Push in here as well, actually. Yeah, that's okay, we can live without that. See how long it's taken to get rid of that hero. Absolute tank. Absolute tank. Oh, that's threatened. Let's bring these over quickly. Minor threats. They won't do too much with just some standard blasters. In fact, we're shooting back with our own there. That's okay. We can pull back and deal with that hero once again. Whistle him down. In fact, you know what? Now we've got access to our bombardment. I think we're just gonna, use the finger of God. Get him down there because I've had enough of this. There we go. You'll love to see it. Let's get rid of these stormtroopers in our flank. Oh, Christ. Bloody hell. He shouldn't be that tanky for a simple spy hero. Really shouldn't. But it is hopefully just this last building now and any garrison that's sticking around. So we can deal with that quite handily. Put it on full speed. And there we go. So a few too many losses. We lost a lot of infantry there, it felt like. Just the two, actually. Alright, well, I can live with that. Absolutely live with that. For 3 enemy heroes, an enemy capital planet, and we should be guessing Amber Sellet, which we certainly do. Move him separately, and bring back these to garrison. Creates the necessary buildings. Wow, that was something else. Move him back to something like Selenin here. And how are we feeling about this fleet? It's finally looking actually quite meaty. Just want a few more frigates now, maybe another couple victories. Can never go wrong with victories, of course. Where's our Hutt heroes? Over here. Yeah, are we still building that Star Destroyer? Was it just that? Are we looking over here? It was for Zsinj, wasn't it? Yeah. Was it for here? How are we looking popcat wise for Zsinj? I can never have too many. You can never have too many Star Destroyers. Why not create another couple? So doing good for popcat. Actually, was it for here? It might have been for here. 2 Star Destroyers and a Kildavi and an aggressor. That's actually quite fine. Bring that over to Zsinj then. We now have our standard bases here. We certainly want to tax that. And we turn it into Fortress Centarus ourselves. So 2 heavy bases and advance will be great there. Lovely. Enemies taking Garrus 4, which does threaten Vyun. And I think now we actually have a pretty damn decent fleet to take on Mandalore. So, having said that, we test it out by guessing a Pathfinder in. We certainly have that. And we go for Brother Sky here to raid that. And I think we go for Mirka as well. So let's do that. And they only have the standard base there. Not a problem. There we go. Lovely stuff. So we should just warp in here and completely obliterate this base. But it pushes back their influence. Yeah, it's just that and the shipyard. It's all good. So right in their face once again. Don't need to think too much. That's how we like it. Because thinking is very painful sometimes with such a smooth brain. Getting our point defense, of course. So yeah, looking at this fleet now, what do we actually want here? To just fill up the pop cap. Because I think our capitals are looking very decent. So I think, yeah, just more more frigates. And we are building those 2 pirate frigates, weren't we? Let's get rid of these point defences here. So don't like them whatsoever. Right in our face. You buccaneer corvettes. Actually, they don't provide point defence. That's interesting. Still nasty though. Get all of that. That's great stuff. Easy blob move right on over to the enemy shipyard. We'll be very, very happy with that. Great stuff. We can fast forward. This is not the most interesting battle to watch, is it? Pure action and entertainment. We'll get Straceman in there. Bombers can do that themselves. Easy game. But it is something that the enemy will have to pay for and reproduce there. And I think we go straight for Mirka as we double check how we're doing. Is it Ferrier Junction? Yeah, we started this so long ago. And they're taking so long to make. But I think those arc cruisers are just functionally their victories. But they're just a little bit better at it. I'm going to do basically the same here once again. Just warp into the enemy's face. Very happy to do that. Lovely. Get our lancers in. Spread a couple in the back there. Get our carrier. Get that out. Lovely. Ripping apart that Golem 1 already from range. Always useful. Get our Nebulon focused on the bombers. Our own bombers are going to sacrifice themselves straight into these corvettes, of course. So why not? Let's see if we can get all of them together, pull them out there. Lovely. Might as well just push up. Take a few units. How much command does Jared Sykes give? He gives tier 3 command. That's absolutely disgusting. That's a lot of health, sight, increased shields, increased damage. Pretty much everything you could ask for, and a pretty good bonus. A pretty good rates. So same again. Just fast forwards, rip this apart. Send all the lasers at it. There we go. So let's double check how our influence and such is going now. So we are now at 20% legitimacy, which is excellent. Right above things like the Pentastar Alliance at 19%. So we need to work and test them a little more directly, don't we? It looks like the Imperial Remnant's taken Generis. I mean, they certainly have. So we want something else out of Findar, don't we? Let's go for another light factory. We might want to do something about the enemy of taking Garrus there, because I don't like that threatening Findar and Vyun. Let's move over then to Selenin, where I think... Do we want some Vengeance frigates? It might actually be pretty decent. So they can cloak. They've got some mass drivers do great damage against our enemy armor. Yeah, there's a Tector, 2 Imperials, Precursor. We can take that on, certainly. Would these be complementary though? That's the thing. Well, we'll find out. Yeah, we can just get those up and we'll go in. I think so. That's pretty damn decent. They don't take too much pop cap either at 4. You can see they're not the greatest of tanks at all, with very minimal shielding and hull. So the glass cannons, clearly. Yeah, we see them building up a little more, but remaining fairly stationary, to be honest. This was going to go for Zsinj, was it? We've already sent one to Zsinj. I think. Send that in. Why not? Just in case we lose Star Destroyers. It's becoming a bit of a habit recently. I'll just build the defences up here as well.
Construction complete.
This next Star Destroyer actually can remain here. So, we have that up. We have those Vengeance frigates. Let's go and at least raid Garrus 4. Now we're doing over Centarus. Want to build up the defences here. And even perhaps Rivest want to build something else while we think about it. We get another advanced factory, do we? We'll be taxing that. Yeah. Let's get this advance and go into this battle. Oh, lovely. Nearly coming up to the 2-hour mark, but I think we want to really take Mandalore. Because it's... if we can get that up to 10 influence, we can get Kaldavis on demand. And... it's just a nice planet. It's getting in the way of our pathing, isn't it, at the moment?
We shall be there shortly.
Let's see how that's looking. Oh, he's up a little too far, I think, our Kaldavi. Just bring him back a little bit. Push in over here. Bring in this, of course, and make a small wolf pack here. Get these up. Get that up for fighters. Lovely. Get the Galleons in to heal tank a little bit. Bring the Vengeances towards the back. And we bring in the Interdictor, of course. Get some victories on this side. We actually have the Pop Cap to bring in another Star Destroyer, so why not? Yeah, this guy needs to move quickly. Alright, let's focus on this one. Yeah, losing a lot, taking a lot of damage on that already. Not happy. Not happy at all. It's because we keep greedy. Very, very greedy and pushing in too quickly. Coming out of hyperspace too quickly. That's okay, we can do some good damage there. Let's get our aggressor on to this one now. Start bleeding that down. Push up here. Push up here because we're out of range. And we're idling because of that. Get our fighters here up, and then that lets us get onto all of our bombers. Get onto the back Star Destroyer there. We are ripping through these. We're taking, once again, I think we're going to lose that, which is just bloody annoying. That's so annoying. Oh well. Oh well. I swear I'll never take this many losses otherwise. So the previous Zsinj campaign, or the start of that before the patch, took basically 0 losses throughout that whole thing. But I'm liking this Arc Cruiser. You see how that's pretty much constantly fine with its heavy turbo lasers and couple ion cannons there. They can put out some massive amounts of damage. We need to focus our fighters, please, over here. You see enemy bombers. Lovely. That's pretty much wiped out very, very quickly there as soon as we microed that. Let's get these onto the precursor. Maximum power to weapons, please. And we'll start focusing down the heavy triple turbo lasers there in the centre. Very, very nasty damage. How are we doing now? Taking a bit of damage over here. Nothing too bad. It still needs to get through our shields. And I don't think they're going to be able to do that. Because we're taking on this precursor very easily here. And that will go down. We'll start focusing the octuple turbo lasers on the Imperial 2. And that will go down very soon as well. So, you see the movement commands when you issue orders. The 64-bit update was nice, but we need some pathing updates. It can be so frustrating. That's not a problem though. We can live with it. Just needs patience. Just needs a bit of patience. And we can push up now to thrust the enemy base. So, yeah. Could have microed this a little better once again. As ever. As ever. But not the end of the world. It's a good trade. A fair trade. We can just fast forward this because it is just the enemy base now. Just that little going on one. I think a Corvette hanging around. Get his Howl Runners up. Bring the Aggressor up as well. Move up, please. By the time they get up there, the victories will have dealt with that. All good. At the extreme range, the IPV will be difficult to hit. But absolutely not a problem there. Yeah, we'll just we'll censor that bit up. Oh well. What do we see on Garrus 4? Because that's actually going to be a very good money maker. We take that pretty much immediately because they only have a very minimal garrison there, and with only the one building there, we're not going to see too much out of there. It's a pretty decent map as well, quite wide, quite open. We can just push up straight over to this 4 command posts. I would be pretty much in the enemy's base there. So we take the Rivest and the Vyun garrisons. We're going to want to create even more Lang units, I think, fairly soon, but this should be absolutely fine. A few A9s are always useful. Get more of these up. We need to actually use our money now. Auxilia can make more. Let's get more dropships up. That'll be absolutely fine. Lovely. Actually, how much infantry do we have? Yeah, not really any infantry. Yeah, let's take the infantry from Stenos at least. Enemy's about to invade Stenos. Oh, that's spicy. That's from Beldorin, clearly. Okay, well, how are we doing with Pathfinder here? Don't have one. We do now. That's interesting. Okay. That's very interesting. Yeah, what do we see then? Tector, an Imperial one, and some Corvettes and such. We will get there before they get some land units there. Yeah, that's good. So as long as you can react to enemy space invasions, you're all good. You're going to put you back a little bit of money, depending, of course, what you've invested. But, you know, we do have a pretty decent economy at the moment.
Choose your reinforcements.
So we're going to pull back a little more than usual here.
Moving out. Heading out.
Bring in all of these in a good line. Bring Zsinj a little further back. And want our carrier like this. Get the dragon out there as well. I keep wanting to call them Tomahawks. They're bulk battle cruisers. And they'll provide us with more fighters and bombers. Bring a few of these a little further inwards into our position there. That'll do for now. Actually, we want to bring in the... Yeah. Bring in the Interdictor. And as soon as we can select that, we're going to say no to that retreat. How dare you? You wanted to invade us? You can live with the consequences. Get all of our bombers up. Focus one of the Imperials, please. And drag our fighters over to deal with enemy bombers. And screen for our own bombers, of course. Push this formation up. Push up over here to get our range onto one of the Star Destroyers would be great. Do we see our bombers actually doing much? Looks like we've been hindered by the Galleon, maybe. I'm just coming in from this side. That'll rip apart the enemy shields. So we take this group and we'll control group that. Do this. All powerful weapons. Again, taking a lot of damage on our Star Destroyers. Look at that. All powerful weapons once again, please. Not liking that. So much damage. We're going to lose that other Star Destroyer now. This never happens. This never happens, I swear. Okay, let's try and get rid of any heavier lasers. But of course the Tector is largely medium, so it's more of a race of fire. An overwhelming race of fire than just raw damage. It looks like we'll just about save that Star Destroyer, which is down to just its engine as a couple ion cannons now. Get rid of the broadside. And that was very close to that Star Destroyer. That shouldn't have been so threatened. We need to think about how we're making a formation, really, don't we? That's okay.
Building started.
What do we have on Xenos planet-wise? Planet-wise? Factory-wise? We are going to absolutely fight this. Or that might even clear up Belderon, actually. That might be the full garrison there. So we want to send a spy there. Have a look at that. And as long as we've come in with our interdictor here, which we have. Lovely. So let's grab our corvettes. Like so. Attack, move forwards. So some of the faster ships. Let's see, do we have more of these surveyors? Attack, move forwards, and of course the fighters and bombers will do the bulk of the work here. Attack, move forwards there. We see a lot of landing craft. A lot of landing craft. Heavy craft there for the A5 that they're bringing in. This will be an absolute walkover. Lovely, absolutely shred them. Attack, move over here. Go lose sight as they go into the nebula and the asteroids. Easy game. Easy game. Sometimes clearly more beneficial to intercept rather than simply let them land and defend there. So, what we do with that is we create a very quick probe droid and have a look at Belderon, because that might be very, very easy takeover there. Also, I want to take some infantry from here. Come on, click drag. Ah, bugger it, just do it individually.
Construction complete.
And we can still move over here, but you see how Mandalore's just getting in the way of our pathing here. That'd be so much easier and quicker. So much quicker. About to invade Order once again. You see, it's just not good enough. Not good enough there. I don't know if we're going to get back there in time to stop a land invasion, you know?
Construction complete.
That's going to be close.
Construction complete.
Let's have a look at Belderon, though.
Construction complete.
Come on. Bring that into reinforce once we're done. But they do land on Ordo. And that's got 3 of those fortresses. Forget exactly what they're called. The siege towers. That's a lot of anti-vehicle damage coming out. I think we stand a fair chance. It's just bombing runs and orbital bombardments we've got to watch out for. There's not a lot you can do to dodge them. Okay, so we're going to want to create a lot of anti-vehicle damage actually out of this. We do have some good ACDPs. Is that what they're called? Yeah, ACAPs, sorry. Let's push forwards over here for now. I want to concentrate that. Get some anti-air turrets up here so they don't just walk over our base with a bombing run. Send 1 unit to the north over here to capture that post. Just scout aheads here. Bring this. Come over here. Lovely. Need to move as quickly as possible. Garrison in there, I think. Enemy could come around that area actually, so just take 1 unit to take these posts. Yeah, here we go. Get rid of these before they rip apart our infantry, thank you. Pull back with that, because they can rip apart those as well. Lovely. Okay, I think we send most of our forces to the centre there, because that's a 5-point command post. That's a 3 there. Just send 1 unit there. We send these as well. What do we see here? See the ACDPs? That's an ACDP. Yeah, lovely stuff. Pull back. Too much firepower. These walkers are going to be our lifelines, so we want those on that. Siege tower's pushing in far too much there. Yeah, there we go. Get that before it sets up. Pull back. Don't know if we outrange that. Don't know if we outrange that at all. What do we see over here? Not really a lot. Not a lot at the moment. Let's push into the enemy main base there. Focus this, please. Really focus it. Oh, they've got these disruptors. What are these else of? Insect operators. Don't like them at all. Right, we push in to flank this because we can fire on the move. I don't think that rotates 360 degrees. Focus fire, please. Get those down. We lose one of those. Enemies trying to retreat. Excellent. Let's get that siege tower down. Brilliant stuff. That's a nice little defense there. Happily take that. Happily take that. Oh, look at that. 3 siege towers down. They do only escape with just the 1 there. Are we going to be able to get that before that disappears? This is going to be another silly one. We can just also through that. You know what? Before we take Garrus, we're going to have a look at Mandalore. Do we see anything over here on Beldor? No, no, we don't. Lovely. Let's do that before Mandalore, because we can just mass stack that. Lovely. Opened up Beldor there. And that would be brilliant. So I think what we'll do is we'll take Beldor, take Mandalore, and we might call an end to the stream there, guys.
Choose your reinforcements.
Because it's not, I don't know exactly how productive it'd be. We're taking a, gotta be happy with taking the enemy capital previously. So that's decent. But I'd have liked to push more into the CSA's planets, really. Just pull these in randomly. Lovely stuff. Focus on the, just generally focus on this, please. Only seeing some corvettes and fighters come out. All good there. And that'll be absolutely brilliant. We could fast forward through this. Not a lot to watch. There you go. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And yeah, we'll pull what we have around here. Come on, game catch up.
On the way.
Construction complete.
Their territory will be mine. Going there now.
Oh, we see them conquer Garrus there. That's interesting. Let's make sure these aren't entirely exposed.
Construction complete.
And he's about to invade bloody Sagus again.
Moving out.
But well, yeah, there we go. Not too worried about what that is at the moment. Putting out fires constantly. We could also through this, but we'd lose far too much. So we're going to fight this. Take a sip.
Ready to go.
Right, so
We're on it.
interesting map. I think we're going to go for the victory objective. And we're going to go for the usuals here. It's largely infantry, isn't it? So an ATAP would be great. More infantry of our own as well. Gotta love it.
Good to go, sir. Bring 'em on. Ready for action.
Come on, I want to select these. Let's take that and that. Start pushing up to the command posts. I'm liking the new voice lines actually for the Raptors, or at least the voice acting. It's very nice indeed. Just characterises them a bit more, doesn't it? Can we just scouse around with these? What do we see down here? There's an orbital or planetary shield generator. Ah, we should be right. Should be fine. Again, it's largely infantry. Stand up to that quite well. It's these swift assault vehicles which are going to be a bother. Just run through this very quickly and pull back. Lovely. Actually capture this, please. And get into a long range position with that right there. that we sell this, replace it with a repair station to just pull back on. We create another base here. SPMAT would be great. And you know what, I think some ULAVs would be decent as well, as we want some sort of hero, you know. We'll get the ACT out just because it's fun. Come down here to repair once again. SPMAT, I think, want to set it up about here so it's got some range. So push forwards with our infantry. ULAVs, of course. Lovely. How are we doing repair-wise? Actually pretty damn decent. Make sure the enemy's not flanking us with them. Just try and remember to keep an eye out with that. Come on, let's move. Let's move. Looks like the enemy's looking at getting over here. The planetary shield generator removes the ability to win by taking the victory point, doesn't it? So let's just whittle that down. Move this as far forwards as possible so it does have some good range. How are we doing over here? Just get rid of the infantry there, as they will whistle us down given them time. Make sure we're in a decent group here. Push up here. Send 2 units to take that. Push here. Lovely. We can play fairly defensively. Set up. Get rid of swift assault vehicles, please. Twin repulsor. Lovely. And we've dealt with the shield generator. Push up with the ACT to provide healing. Pull back. We see some of these walkers, which is what is wrecking our infantry. Lovely. Cool. Pull back. Get onto this build pad. Make another full repair station. And we just sit tight and catch that victory point. There we go. Lovely stuff. Easy game. Didn't lose anything. Imagine that. So, wants to... Oh, is that a new group unlocked? The Pulsar group. We'll have a look at that for sure. But we have, of course, Intercepted over here. Just so long as we do have our Pathfinder about. That'd be brilliant. Have a look. We do. It's always a little embarrassing to not have your Pathfinder. So what do we actually see here? It's not the largest. In fact, they have some land units available here. Interesting, some heavy land units as well. That might be AT-ATs. So we definitely come in... we don't have an interdictor. Did we lose an interdictor previously? Okay. Well, Star Destroyer's tank. These at the back. I'll bring this guy in over here. And then we bring in our victories on the flank to deal a lot of damage. I do have our interdictor, so we'll bring this in. Sure. Bring these in over here. Some healing. And get that activated. All power to fire. Lovely. Fighters active, please. Lovely. Absolutely blast through that Tector. Because we have our interdiction available, we can use our bombers against the enemy land units, which I think we've... they're retreating up over here. Lovely. Bring these over as well. What are these? It's different. Beam starfighter, so they get a couple of laser cannons there. Nothing too stand out really. Let's send all of our fighters in then to deal with the enemy landing craft. Bombers making short work there. And that will do excellently for us. Find out what those land units were actually. 4 A5s. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. some Firehawks as well is an excellent pickup as well. Excellent pickup, but finally, I think we're probably ready to take on Mandalore. So let's give that a look, shall we? Finally. And, oh, enemy about to invade the Zebro. Look at that, we're not holding up against that. Our home one, 2 MCACs and MCAC-Bs. I think we're losing to Zebro there. We're certainly losing to Zebro. It's not the worst things there. Not the worst of cases. To actually escape with something.
Construction complete.
But 3 Keldarbis to deal with here. That's not easy. That's not easy whatsoever. Oh, no, Balajuzia starbase. Put your bets in now, guys. How much are we losing? Place your bets. Otherwise, the standing fleet isn't too bad, but the Balajuzia has a few corvettes. Okay. And this is more corvettes as well. So not going to see anything too nasty come out of here. But we certainly want to pull back. It's absolutely fine. And we do have the pot space to bring in all of our Star Destroyers there, don't we? Which is great. And of course, we build our fleet over here. I would do that there. Might get some decent use out of our... I forget what the ability's called now, but it reduces the accuracy, doesn't it, of enemy missiles and such. Definitely want some more corvettes in this fleet. We're going to lose these very quickly. We do need reinforcements. So I think that's the next purchase for this fleet. But otherwise we play fairly defensively. This isn't coming in. That's because it's our Pathfinder. We'll bring that's just back there then. Pull these out. Are we pulling out their fighters at all? Or anything? Don't want to be the one to make the first move into this massive blob of enemies, really. Maybe if we push him with a few fighters, maybe the Howl Runners. To one area. Group up our bombers, of course. Get the Raptors out in as well into a forward position. Okay, let's get these out. And we had some other bombers around here, didn't we? Lovely. Let's group those. Rest and a Keldarbi, I think. Maybe even I think we're doing more work against a Victor, actually, thinking about it. You have a couple IPVs there to provide point defense. And yeah, those Howl Runners, just one unit, just wandering straight in. Let's pull back with these. Cannot be rushing in. Cannot just be rushing in here. Maybe we sacrifice a Nebulon. It's back here. A few more ships. Yeah, I think maybe we sacrifice a Nebulon. Take this one. Try and bring those Keldarbis forwards. Just can't brute force this. Those mass drivers and all of those turbo lasers will absolutely rip us apart. What are we looking at here? Okay. They're moving in with their bombers, are they? So I think what we do is just push up with our corvettes a tiny bit. Don't give them the ability to hit us there, so just pull back here. So we're a bit better group. Take those. Bombers cannot be pushing in just yet. There we go, now the Keldarbis are moving forwards. That's what I like to see. Okay. So yeah, we'll just push forwards a little bit here. Get that forwards. And so long as fine over here. Didn't mean to group that as one, but it's okay. Yeah, do we power the shields here? Are we really being threatened horribly? Not at the moment. It's okay. We see the enemy fighters coming in though, in massive, massive group. And we are finally in range with our aggressor, are we? Yes, that's great. Let's get a hold of this and focus this one over here, please. Might want to power the shields now, do we? Not entirely sure. Let's just focus that Howler Runner for now. And now we can get our bombers in onto this Cardavi. And we go actually for the centre there and hope we get some sort of splash damage. Push in with a few of our fighters so we don't get tied down. This is going to look absolutely glorious once we start firing out here. Look at that. You love to see it. Destroy one of the mass drivers. A few of the turbo lasers down. Proton rockets coming in now. Absolute brilliant. How are we looking with our corvettes? Yeah, powers the shields, I think. And just pull back a tad. Aggressor might be up a little too far forwards. Let's focus this area, please. And yeah, I think we push in with our victories here so that they're ranging. And actually getting some damage out. Starting to lose some shields on a Imperial. How we're doing against this? Still quite a few weapons to deal with it. If we just focus this one down for now, we should be okay. Let's get that missile launcher. Lovely. Gets the octuple turbo lasers. Engines are gone. Oh, that's not good. Alright. These victories. Full power weapons. Focus this down to get rid of the heavy turbo lasers, please. Bombers. Oh, we're losing a few of them. Okay. Let's come back in again. Dealt with one Cardavi. Let's focus this one now. And we get this, that, and that. Please focus this. That is all of our victories on there, but that is going to do a lot of damage if we let it carry on. Just melt that, please. Absolutely melt it. We focus a second victory after this. There we go. How we're doing. Still only one Cardavi down. Let's get rid of that Dreadnought because that does carry some good turbo lasers there. Push up here. Need this to move forwards. Look at all these enemy fighters now. Look at all of them. Focus on those bombers. I've lost the ability to click drag. Just sort that out. There we go. And focus the mass driver here. And that one, please. Need that down. There we go. Alright, so those Cardavis are pretty much down. Need these victories down now. Focus on the assault missiles. That one's down. Venice is down. Okay. Okay. So many enemy fighters. So many. We need to push up with our lancers and stuff. Lost to Nebulon. We might want to destroy the main ships here and then retreat out once again, you know? Push up here so we do get some help. We'll use this to use the ability. Once again, all power to weapons to melt these ships. And I think we can retreat out, come back, focus on the enemy bases. With those enemy battleships down, a second battle will be so much easier. And there we go. Yeah, I think what we do is double check. Oh, we've lost the engines on 2 Star Destroyers here, so we're just going to have to hold our own, actually. Okay. Weather the storm here. How runners? We need to find the enemy bombers. If that's the case. I'm having trouble identifying them. I think it's largely fighters now, you know. And with them being very similar colour scheme to us, doesn't really help. Doesn't really help. Let's heal up our fighters there. We have another heal about here, actually. Is this one heal? No, not really. That's okay. Well, we can certainly take on the enemy bases. getting our shields back up. Yeah, I think we can certainly survive this. We certainly survive this. Just messy. Always was going to be messy. We move across with our corvettes now because we've dealt with the interior fighters here. Let's focus on these bombers. Come on, let's get on that, please. The Lancer will do very well against that. Just want to speed it up. And there we go, lovely. Push up to one side here. Push up here, please. We need to threaten the enemy there. Push up here. Brilliant. Oh, there's the second galleon. Lovely. Did actually lose a vengeance by the looks of it. That's a shame. That's a real shame. God, I remember how absolutely brokenly overpowered the vengeances were in the base game. Their mass drivers able to completely bypass shields. So they didn't do loads of damage per hit, but they had the most absurd rate of fire. Oh, it's pretty much destroying the shields in one shot there. That's amazing. Yeah, so you could absolutely rinse enemy capital ships. And they had, I think they had almost perfect accuracy, so you could even get down enemy corvettes with just a fleet of vengeances. It's very easy game playing as a consortium. Let's get ahead. We see enemy bombers coming in once again. Just need to screen and we'll be fine. Don't see any bombers of our own yet. We've gone depleted our bomber reserve apparently. Okay. Move forwards. Yeah. Lovely. Golem 1 down. Massive victory. Let's push up here. Push up here. Take at least... well, I'll take 2 Nebulons over here. There we go. Lovely. Alright. So let's focus this down. Do see that we're being ranged by the Valajuzia there actually. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case. I think we've powerful weapons there. Getting that. Getting that. There we go, there's the shields down. Focus that down. I think we get the aggressor to focus the Valajuzia. Start getting its shields down there. There we go. Get rid of the torpedoes. Completely, please. Get on the enemy fighters. In fact, we see some bombers coming in. There we go. Yeah, our Star Destroyer's not doing too good there. Not doing ideal. I think it'll be fine. Doing some good damage against the shields of the Valajuzia though. I think we'll be able to deal with that once we've dealt with the Golem 2. Was it a 3 actually? It's certainly a 3. Let's just tell things to attack generally there. Powers the shields on the Nebulon. And get on top of these bombers, please. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Dealt with the Golem. We do a fair bit of damage here. Yeah, starting to wish I had... oh, don't want to push up that close over here. That's a mistake. Started to wish I had Imperial 1s for some more ion cannons, but they'd be completely nullified now that we've ripped through the shields. We're going to completely burn through the enemy hard points now. So powerful weapons once again. Focus down each turbo laser one by one. And that'll be absolutely gorgeous. Love to see it. How are we looking on our Star Destroyer? It's actually pretty damn decent now. Yeah, just under a lot of intense firepower with all those Keldabis and victories about. To start with. Massive slog through. There we go. Dealt with the lasers. All good. You see the Valajuicer tries to repair itself, so you do need to really focus the hard points down. We'll start getting all the iron cannons now. Brilliant. Love to see these things go down. So many hit points. 41,000 on the whole. Absolutely absurd. There we go. Brilliant. Finally. And I don't believe the defense on the surface of Mandalore was too great. So we can pretty much walk over that. See some minor IPVs coming out, not a problem. Powder weapons once again, just to get some use out of it. And really rinse this down. Excellent. We'll review the losses. I think we lost a Nebulon B, a Vengeance, probably a Galleon. We did lose, oh my god, we did lose an Imperial. Didn't see that happen. Not happy. Again, we have money, so it's something we can live with. We were going to get attacked on we did get attacked on Zebra, didn't we? That's not a problem. Build up here. Okay, so let's get these. We should be fine. Yeah, we'll lose to Zebra. We can do that. Just a shame, but not too much of a bother. Not too much of a bother. We'll pull this guy back. Get a couple more Star Destroyers. Get one of each. Are we looking here? Some fair infantry, some A9s. Should be okay with that. Let's get going. We'll call an end to this stream after this battle, I think. No matter how it goes. So that'll be fine. Gone on for 2 hours. Over 2 hours, actually. Hope you guys have liked it. Thank you very much for sticking about. I do very much appreciate it, actually. Wait for that little bit to load. It's nice to see, actually, that the Mandalore map... Oh, okay, that doesn't favour us. Doesn't favour us. What is... Just more Mandalorians? Okay. Oh, we're getting melted there. Okay, we can't take a forward command post. That would have been nice. But it is nice to see that it's the base Mandalore map. So this is the map from the base game. Oh, we're actually going to capture that. Alright. Managed to escape. That means we can go for this over here. Okay, so we push forwards over here. Get some more reinforcements here, that'd be great. What do we see there? Canderous assault tank. Absolute beast. Super heavy AV blaster cannons on that. And some concussion missiles. So, yeah, our A9s are going to be absolutely shredded from that. I wonder if it can fire at aerial targets, because, yeah, it can. Okay. It was a jack of all trades back in the day. Could do literally everything. Just needed to get a squadron of those and some mercenary assaults back in the base game with their disruptors. And, yeah, you were all golden. Take on any force. So it's nice to see people recognise that they're completely overpowered. Let's get rid of the walkers here because they're going to rip apart our infantry. And unfortunately the infantry is going to be the ones to take on the assault tank while we bring in an SPMAT in the back. You get on the flank there, mow that down. Look at all that health. Now we'll just poke that down. There we go. We can pull back here to heal at the A9s. We do see some artillery. But not for long. It's a mal, isn't it? Yeah. Come on. There you go. Easy game. Shields absolutely wrecked. We'll watch our health there, because they are, of course, firing missiles at us. Just get that down. And we'll pull back. We get another one, actually. Guess our hero. Now, I think it should be fine to just push right up to the enemy base. What we'll do is we'll push up here, bring the A9s over. Push up here. What are we shooting at in here? Some infantry hiding in the trees there. So, oh, he comes with a personal guard, does he? Some Evo stormtroopers. Interesting. Alright. There's something else. Well, there's no need to use our garrisons from the local militias and such. Should be fine. Yeah, we'll start moving with this as well, because it's very, very slow. Lovely. Just a long, hard infantry push, backed up by the mobile healing of the A9s. Absolutely what you want. Leave a couple units behind to protect the flank of our SPMAT. Struggling with pathing. Let's focus on these Mando squads. Is it standard army troopers here? Look at that, the Evos really ripped through infantry. Should get more use out of them personally, really. But the Raptors are just so goddamn cost efficient if you can keep them about. Take on all comers. Might as well focus this down just so we're not tired up as we start moving. Move into the enemy base here with this. Is that a garrison building? It certainly is. We'll remove that then. Get rid of these elite mercenaries and the Navy troopers. There we go, so we don't get flanked there. See the A9s absolutely shred infantry as well. Something of no shortage of Zsinj is anti-infantry firepower. I think we should just about range enemy buildings with that SPAT now. Keep this in the back. No need to go into cover now. And Mandalore, the actual surface, bit of a walkover really. So I'm happy with that. Very happy with that. Let's get on to these infantrymen though. More elite mercenaries. There we go. Lovely stuff. Last building. Getting a bit of a flank on the back though, apparently. Okay. It's interesting. I wonder if they're coming out of the bases from command posts. That's not too much of a bother. Run in here. Protect our flank. Yeah, come here. So the enemy really shouldn't have too much left now. You see our Raptors, even though low in number, can really hold their own against the Mandalorians there. Top tier infantry are Raptors. But it should now just be a case of mopping up the rest of the enemy infantry. So we'll do that. See what we can find. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Lovely stuff. And that will be Mandalore. Oh, we did lose a troop of Raptors actually. It's a shame. But if we get to that influence now to 10, is it 9 or 10? We can create Keldawi battleships on demand. We're certainly going to create this once this fellow's out of the way. We'll see what that does. But otherwise, guys, that will be the end of this stream. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, is this guy going to disappear? So that'd be nice. Oh, Hapen's taking Garrus again. Yes, hope you very much enjoyed it. It's been great to host you today. Made a bit of progress, but it's been a lot of firefighting, hasn't it? So this is actually the building we need to have any chance of making those. So that's absolutely fine. That does help our influence as well. But I think it will need to create a development structure as well for that boost of influence. It will cost us a bit of money, so Mandalore is certainly not a money-making building. But it certainly brings out some excellent military capabilities. But that will be for the future. Thank you everyone for watching once again, and I hope to see you in the future. May all of your nights and days be auspicious. Goodbye.